What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Expand Podcast with your host, Omar Alfaro, co-host JP in the house, and where we're going to be talking about our challenges, what we got going on in real estate, and, what are we doing navigating with this crazy-ass year. It's over, man. We got a month left of 2023, and we're prepping for the next 4 weeks to be a full-out blitz for 2024, and today's a special day for me because it is my 17th. It's my daughter's 17th birthday today. My first princess. I still can't believe she's 17 years old. 17 years ago, I had a little baby, and I didn't have shit at all figured out. I had one house, and I really didn't even know what the hell to do other than just go all in real estate. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, and the challenges along the way. And, coming from a 24-year-old, almost 25 JP, and me being 44, there's a lot of change. There's 20 years of what's happening and what I've gone through and what you're probably going to go through as well. But you're going to take some of the advice and the knowledge I've had over the last 20 years to help you expand and help you get better at the business and in life, and hopefully some of the lessons and the conversations we have, you've taken and you've ran with it. And hopefully this podcast is going to, help you guys. I know it's going to help you guys get further along by listening to our podcast. So I appreciate you guys sharing it. Appreciate you guys giving us that 5-star review, and let other people know about our podcast, please. So I do ask, just share it, post it, and, you'll get some value out of it. So let's get started. November 29th, 2023.
Man.
17 years ago. I was, we had our little baby.
First child?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So what's up? What's going on?
Well, there's a lot going on.
Let's talk about it.
The first topic, I thought Savannah was turning 18 today, but she's a year away from being 18 years old.
Yeah.
And 18 is usually when a child is like,
coming to her own and everything else.
Yeah, like I'm an adult now. I don't need to ask my parents for permission. Like, obviously she's not at that stage yet, but she's blossoming into like her own woman.
Yeah, she is.
How does that make you feel?
It's awesome. Makes me feel proud. Makes me feel like we created something that, we gave her life. Think about that. We gave her life. Her mom and us, or myself, we gave her life. We brought her in this world.
Most important, you gave her life, but she gave you purpose.
Oh, yeah. Everything that's named, like her middle name is Monet, and that's everything. I mean, my trust,
where does Monet come
name.
from?
Monet is just her middle name, Savannah Monet.
Yeah, but does that that name alone originate?
It originated from from a piece of art. Monet is an artist.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Monet is an artist, and I've always liked that name. And when we named her, we had the perfect name, Savannah Monet, and that's her. It's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought Monet came from your dad.
No,
or somewhere on that side. That's cool.
Came from an artist. We created something. We created a masterpiece. In essence, it's cool.
Yeah, it's 17-year-old today. 3-year-old.
Right? Yeah. Gianna's 3. Yeah.
1-year-old.
Mila's 1. Yeah. 1.5.
One is pending.
One is pending. That's right. Yep. Coming soon.
Yeah, dude.
What's crazy? The one that's coming soon, we don't know yet. And
you have the ability to know, right? You're choosing not to know.
Yes.
Okay.
We're choosing not to know, and I'll be 45 when the new one is here. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. In the same month. So March. And if there's a chance that the baby could be born on my birthday.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be sick, right?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I really hope it's a boy. Girls are amazing, don't get me wrong.
I want a healthy baby, that's it. I'm a girl dad now, and I'm always going to be a girl dad. And if the new one comes out and it's, he comes out with the little pecker, we're going to be fine. Get because I mean we're not going to know until the doctor gives us the baby.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be cool.
No, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. It'd
Yeah.
be cool to see you have a boy, because I think that's a different relationship that a father has with their son.
Of course, and I would not know, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And if it's a little girl, then 4 girls it is, baby. 4 girls. Woo-hoo. It's crazy.
What advice can you give? Because you had Savannah like pretty young, right?
27.
27 was when you had Savannah?
Yeah, 2 years from you right now, I have my first kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 27 and 21. Her mom was 21.
That's pretty young.
Yeah.
And like you said, you didn't really have anything figured out.
No, I mean, I bought my first house at 24 and barely got into that real estate game.
How much money would you say you were making every year?
50 grand.
At that point, 50 grand, doing a couple escrows here and there?
Yeah, 50, 60K, yeah.
For someone that's, because I actually follow someone on Instagram that's expecting a baby soon, and I see this guy post how he's like, he's having a baby soon, he's stressed out, the bills are past due.
Oh, yeah.
What do you tell someone that's down in the trenches that has a kid right now or has someone coming soon that just feels like they're going through an identity crisis when it comes to their life?
Oh, yeah, you will have an identity crisis because you don't know what to expect, and you have a baby coming, and we didn't have nothing figured out. And any advice I would give you would be, or give listeners, is just keep going. Because the minute you stop, that's where you're going to end up being like, well, you threw in the towel. Like, I knew that I could not stop. If anything, it gave me more purpose. It gave me the purpose to keep going and literally sacrifice, which is it's an unfortunate word, but sacrificing is required to get where you want to go. And honestly, people, you don't need to sacrifice this, sacrifice family. I'm sorry, you just have to sacrifice something. And there was times that I was sacrificing being at home with her and her mom, and because I was out, showing houses, getting better at skills, trying to figure it out to truly have the career in real estate, not just waiting tables.
Now let's talk about. I'm a big believer in like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I literally have Amor Fati tatted on me, and that means love your fate. There's 2 sides to that story, right? There's one side of the story where you have a kid and you essentially have not yet created the life that you want for yourself.
No.
And then boom, you have the kid. It's like, oh shit, dude, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah.
You essentially were in that scenario, right?
Yeah, it was 100%.
There's a lot of people right now that don't have kids, that don't even have purpose, but they don't realize they can choose to have purpose. It's just developing a why. So.
But it's your identity too.
So going into that, what do you tell the people that don't really have anyone depending on them, and they have this ability to go create something really special? Mm-hmm. So when the time does come, you don't have to make that sacrifice then.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my whole idea is like, you're 100% right. A sacrifice needs to be made. But what if I can sacrifice in other areas of my life now?
Oh, 100%.
So I don't have to sacrifice time with my kids later.
Right. And that's, what the thing is, I will share with you that if you don't have that purpose and you're single, you have no responsibilities in essence, and you're in real estate or you're in a career that demands a lot of you, I feel that if you get around the right people, that's where you'll start seeing hey, this person has purpose. There's a drive for this guy, this person, this woman, us here at the office. Yeah. Like half the guys here don't have a purpose. Okay. But being around us has made them see a little more clearly.
They didn't have a purpose.
They did not have a purpose.
That they were not aware of.
Yes.
And yesterday we had the team share some of their goals. I believe 3 of the agents said something along the lines of retiring their parents.
Right. I heard that. Yeah.
Taking care of their parents, X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. That's essentially a purpose, right? A why. And it blows my mind that there's so many people going through every single day not really having a why. And do you think it's for someone that is in business? Because I believe if you're an entrepreneur and you're in business, you have somewhat of an itch to strive for more, right? But
Go ahead. Sorry.
Why don't they create those reasons in their life, their personal life, you think?
I think that they're lacking the identity of who they are. Because if you truly figure out, like, who are you and what do you want out of the career or the decision that you made, sometimes, like, your decision and your path is going to change. Like, your path's changed numerous times in the last 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? You went one avenue, another avenue, another avenue, and until you found some, like, what is my true purpose? What do I want out of this career?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Like, you worked on you. That's the thing. Most people don't want to work on themselves, so it doesn't give them any purpose. So if you're going around, like, I'm going to use this analogy that we always use, you're not sitting there driving a vehicle without a destination that you're going to go to. You're not.
100%.
You're not just going to jump in the car and drive. If you do, then it's probably a very specific, like, I'm going to go take a trip around the block just to, clear my mind. But most of the time, that's not the case.
There's like automatic habits and there's intentional habits, right?
Yeah.
An automatic habit can be me driving to the gym every single morning. Right. I don't need to put my directions in to do that because that's something that I've developed within my identity.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're trying to develop a new identity, I think people don't realize there's new action steps that they need to put in place in order for them to own that identity. And I talked about it yesterday. If you break down the word identity,
right?
Identical and entity. Identical means repeated. Entity means
you.
being.
Yeah, you being.
Your identity is a repeated being of the actions that you repeat on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So it's, of course, the person you are, but what's deeper than that? It's the activity that you're performing, trying to be that person.
Right.
So you're right. I think lack of awareness, lack of attention.
I think, and it's the lack of, I know what, I'll say this. It's the lack of proximity that you have to other people that are driven, period. Because if this office was not driven, there wouldn't be people in this office.
No, 100%.
Because what do people want?
Yeah.
They want direction. They do. And they want to be around the people that have direction.
It's so funny you said that because I'm going to bring this up because this has to do with the topic we're talking about.
Yeah.
Carlos texts me last night. He says, bro, I used to wonder what this would feel like. And I said, what? He said, being part of something like this.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
He said, surrounded by such like-minded people. And then he followed up with, I was just thinking about how much you've evolved as a person from the time we've met. You've grown a lot, bro, and it's really inspiring, getting to witness it. And he, shared some more things, which were pretty cool to hear from him. But your proximity, I think, is so, so huge because if you're not pulling your surroundings up and you're letting them stay where they are, how do you expect to pull yourself up higher?
You can't. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to stay status quo.
100%.
You're going to stay level. You're not going to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You're not going to challenge yourself. You're not going to, you're not going to push yourself to see what you're made of.
Yeah. Do you think what keeps people in that position is the fear of like
changing?
Yes, but you're going to change. That's an automatic. But what comes with change is the opinions of other people.
Oh, 100%. I'll tell you this. There's something that I just read, and it's so crazy. And I'm going to read it because I have it written down. And this is something that I want everybody to take from this. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share it with you right now.
Yeah, but
so look at this.
Yeah, fine.
If you're not willing, and then Jim Carrey says this, okay? And I wrote it down. I'm like, if you're not willing to downgrade your lifestyle for a year, okay, just for a year, to have a lifestyle you want forever, you care too much what other people think.
100%.
Fucking crazy.
And I'll dive deeper into that. He specifically told me, he's been struggling with a little bit of identity crisis.
Who's that?
Carlos, specifically. I feel like I've been struggling with that a lot lately. When I talk to old friends or people I used to be close with, it just doesn't feel the same. And I feel like an asshole because I'm generally not interested in talking about the things they talk about at all. And I told him, you won't feel bad when you're 85 years old And the reason you didn't hit your goals is because of what people think. Ask yourself, what would Carlos, being 85 years old, that is 10 times smarter and wiser than Carlos today, tell Carlos to do?
Oh, that's good.
The number one reason I think people don't continue to take action, because taking that first step is really easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's continuing to take the steps, is because but David talks about it. You have like a rubber band. You start pulling it, start pulling it. At the very end of the rubber band, what happens? Your family starts saying stuff. You get pulled back down.
Yep.
Relationships, friends' opinions. Your wife doesn't want you to work that much. All of these things that are
so true.
So taking action, I think, is easy. Essentially,
it's being the consistent action,
consistently taking that action, and that's in your identity.
Yeah.
Your repeated being. Yeah. So great fucking topic.
But you know what though? With that consistency comes a lot of challenges, because you're like, okay, because there's no result yet. Just because you're getting up in the morning and you're doing your thing doesn't mean that you're going to have instant results. And what everybody wants is the instant gratification that all of us have in our cell phones. This is why newspapers aren't, becoming obsolete, because everyone can just get the news straight on their phone.
I miss seeing that guy ride his bicycle and toss the newspaper.
Yes.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, you don't see that anymore. The newspaper boy, which is crazy, because that's how people would consume their information. Now it's so quick and instant that it's like, you don't know anything else. Millennial, you don't know anything else. And
besides what you know.
And where do you learn more from? YouTube, YouTube University, or just scrolling.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that for a second too. It's like you're going to, compare yourself to, this is the thing. It's going to do two things. It's going to allow you to digest new information, but it's also going to put things in perspective for you. It's like, well, damn, this guy's 25 and he's doing this. He's 30 and he's a 10 times over millionaire at 30.
Yeah, Iman Gadzhi, he's 23 years old and he's worth $25 million.
I mean, if you think about it, 23 years old, when did he start? When 16. Did he start? 18, 17 years old. My daughter's age started doing something to put him in a room, or I'm sure his environment was a lot different than most other 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, because he would not be worth $25 million if he didn't have the rooms, if he didn't have the people, or the idea as well.
You didn't have the rooms.
No, but I also didn't become a millionaire in 5-10 years.
That's true.
Because it was different. Or the information right now, the fast track, I feel everyone's on the fast track right now to become a millionaire. All you have to do is consume the information and implement, because it's so much information is out there. When I was 23, 24 years old, buying my first house, I didn't have an environment.
Yeah.
I just had my dad saying, "Hey, mijo, just buy some real estate."
Being in the right environment, it doesn't eliminate the failure curve in business, but it definitely shortens the learning curve. Because
I believe that.
Providing you work with, the right mentors, the right business partners, the best mentor, in my opinion, and this is something that you've done really well with me, is not show you everything he's done right.
No, just showed you everything.
A step ahead of that is show you everything he's done wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very easy to do the things that people are essentially doing right. But when you, I think, focus on the things that people have done wrong in their career and they wish they could have done better, and they're willing to pour that into you, that's where the real value is.
100%. So everybody that's listening, just because you're maybe not the place that you want to be at right now, why don't you audit the people that you're around? And if they're not challenging themselves, how do you expect for you to be around them and for you to get challenged if they're not challenging themselves to grow? We talk about this, out self-develop everyone to an extent, right? I mean, there's so much information and people and groups that you can go and be a part of. Everyone's scared to invest. Honestly, I'd rather invest $50K in people, in groups, in masterminds, in coaching than 50K on a property.
100%.
And who says that? Not very many people. That's the crazy part. So I don't know.
Very true.
I mean, it's just different.
That was a good topic. What else we can get into? I mean, in the month of December, I think a lot of people are, it's so funny. Someone that's a broker up here in the high desert posted separation season has started like 2 days ago. And as soon as I read that, I was like, dude, my separation season started like when fourth quarter started, right? And like the model we're carrying here at the office is, of course, our 2024 starts December 1st.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like different to happen next year in business that happened this year that you were not happy with?
Repeat that.
What would you like different to happen in business in 2024 that you do not want to be repeated in 2023 due to the experience you had with it? Something that you were not happy with in 2023 and your business that you were not happy with. And moving forward in 2024, you're looking forward to that change being shifted.
Not taking life for granted.
Whoa. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. For sure.
Where'd that come from?
Because all of us do. Yeah. I'm just thinking about stuff right now. Yeah. I'm slowing down right now because I'm thinking of, I'm thinking about change, thinking about life, thinking about we're not guaranteed anything.
Maxing out every single day.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'm getting like chills right now thinking about this because all of us we all think we have time. We really don't. I mean, you might have the opportunity to go and create, and you think it's going to be there forever. It's not. I mean, I lost my dad 3 years ago on the 27th. And, and then today, it's Savannah's 17th birthday. It's like, what are you guys doing right now that makes you feel fulfilled? And I think that I don't want to literally take my life for granted in 2024. And anything that I'm going to do is, as long as I impact someone, and with the conversation I have, with the conversations we have, like Bobby, with you, with the team, it's different, man, because I think if everyone were to think that they're going to be gone in 6 months, what are you doing differently those 6 months? Like, are you going to max out the 24 hours a day in work, business, or are you going to try to be the person that's going to impact people, whether it's your family, friends? Like, I really, really am seeing something different. And maybe it just hit me right now, but it's a good question because that's why I asked you to repeat it, because I'm like, it makes you think about it. And I slow down a minute because I want to convey the message correctly. And I'm going to say correctly because it's my opinion. Everybody has one. But I feel that if we put a timeline on us, like, hey, we only got 6 months to live, what are you doing? And then another 6 months after that. But you're not promised the next 6 months. But your timeline's 6 months. So that's half a year. So imagine if you had that mentality going into 2024. What do you think you're going to accomplish in that time? Think about it.
Because now you're on a clock.
Exactly. And do we feel we're on a clock ever? Nope. No. But I'll tell you this, being in real estate has fast forwarded your life because we deal with 45-day escrows.
Yeah, dude. Time
Flies when you're in this game.
I mean,
In general, it flies, but now we have a what do we have? We have a clock now, right, for a deal to close.
no, yeah, that's so. I mean,
It's different.
I don't know how else to explain it. I turned 25 in 2 weeks, and I know for everyone listening, you might not relate to this, but I feel like, dude, 25 years, man, like it's a quarter of a century.
Mm-hmm.
I've just completed the first quarter of my life. If I was promised 100 years,
Right.
and the fact that I even made it to 25
It's huge.
is huge, man. I can name five men that I went to high school with and grew up with that are no longer here anymore. And I think about like my own life from when it all started. I mean, I stepped into the office at 19, 20 years old, and I'm 25 now. 5 years later, it was like
Quick as hell.
super quick. And this past week, I actually shared this with Lex Hernandez, one of our acquisition managers, on 60 Minute. On the way back from Johnson Valley yesterday on our appointment, there was an accident that happened on Highway 18, and they closed the road, and as we're driving, we saw a body laying on the...
No fucking way.
Yeah. And, of course, that's very unfortunate. I instantly say a prayer for the family, and I thank God that I'm still able to drive. Because we get in a car every single day, which is one of the most dangerous things to do. And, I was just sharing it with Lex. I was like, dude, like, think about it. Someone less than 30 yards away from us just lost their life. And we are driving back from an appointment, drinking our Starbucks. Like, we've been obviously given these opportunities, but we don't realize them. Why is that? And even with all these signs in front of us, like, we don't play full out. And what's crazy is within this past week, I've seen 4 fatal accidents on the road,
Jesus.
all driving to work. So I was just like asking myself, like, dude, what is this? Like, this means something.
What percentage? Think about that. Like,
yeah. And then I was just like thinking to myself, like, okay, because I'm very faith based. I'd like to think I have a great relationship with God, and I was like, what does this mean? Like, God's trying to tell me something? I don't have the awareness yet to grasp his message. And for the past like 3 years, I've been wanting to go to Boston just to like visit the city and go travel. And, I was supposed to go with my ex, and then I was supposed to go with a buddy, but things never worked out. And 5 minutes after that accident, I was like, dude, I need to go to Boston. I booked the flight right away. Flight was super cheap. I'm going to go see like a Celtics game out there. But the point that I'm making is there's so many things that we want to take action on, but we don't because we think we have time.
right.
And that goes for, making that phone call to a client, in your personal relationships, anything that you're doing. I think when something comes to mind and you truly think it's of benefit to you, why the fuck are you not acting on it right away?
That's, I would say, one reason. Not knowing the outcome. Being scared. I mean, you're going to Boston by yourself.
Yeah, to add to that, I'm going to Boston by myself. Reason behind that is just because,
You made the decision.
Yeah, I have someone that like I want to become, and with it being my like birthday that same week, and us spending time in San Diego with all the guys, we're also having our Christmas party.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I need to learn something about myself that I'm not yet aware of. And the only way I can do that is by putting myself in an uncomfortable position.
Right.
So that's me flying to the East Coast by myself for 3 days in a new city where I absolutely know no one, just to go spend time with me and learn the type of person that I really am. Because I think until you don't learn who you are, you don't have no direction to go in.
No, you don't.
No, so, I mean.
Because you lack that identity and you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So how can you focus, and how can you go get to that person?
Yeah, and we have all of these desires, but we don't act on them because, like you said, we think we have time.
Yeah, we really don't. And that's the crazy part is that we all take it for granted. So to go back to what you asked, yeah, I'm gonna not take life for granted.
How are you gonna? So, SMART goals. They're what's the acronym for it? Anyways, let's like measure that. How can you actively make sure that you're doing that? What is the action step that you're going to take in order for you to be aware of the fact that you're not taking your life for granted? Because saying it is one thing, right? But you actually have to do the steps. So what are your steps in order to accomplish that?
That's big because there's a lot of steps. There's no like wrong or, I mean, it's something that's going to work for me is at least the implementation of like, okay, we have 24 hours in a day. How are you breaking it down? And if I use that timeline of 6 months, okay, how do I want my next week to look like compounded over the next, 6 months? Because that's something that like no one really breaks down. And I think that, we have to compartmentalize business. You have to compartmentalize, your relationship with your family, your, good relationship, bad relationship, any issues you might have with your family, you should just probably fucking squash them. Because this is the thing. If you have a good relationship with your family, awesome. Go spend more time. If you have a bad relationship with your family,
go fix it.
Go fix it. And trust me, anybody that's listening, we all have fucking issues with family, okay? I'm going to say that. And regardless of where we're at, and if you don't, pat yourself on the back, you have other problems. Because that's just one that you're good at. That you've conquered, right? That you've taken care of and you've nurtured and you watered that grass and it's growing and it's green and but for the ones that don't, because guess what? Not every person is going to have a great relationship with their family, a great business that's going to pay you well, great relationships with your employees or partners. Like, it's hard. Because why? We're you know what it is? I believe that we're so like stretched to make other people like feel good. And honestly, you got to make yourself feel better first. You got to become more so you can be better at other relationships. What do they say when we're in flight? You're going to go on a flight in Boston. If you have someone with you, they tell you to grab the oxygen mask and put it on you first. Not put it on them. Put it on you first because you are the controller. You're the one that has to take care of the person that's with you. If you have kids. Think about that for a second. Does everybody do that? Do they take care of themselves first so they can, in essence, take care of the rest of the family? This goes back to self-develop yourself so then you can have a better conversation, a more aware conversation of the actions that you've kind of done.
Yeah. And
go ahead. Sorry.
The ability to say no in certain scenarios. And what I mean by that is like so many people stretch themselves so thin and they're not able to show up for themselves is because they're saying yes to everyone and they're yes men to everyone.
I'm telling you, like, that's fucking crazy because I was that guy saying yes. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, fuck, I still do it now.
Yeah.
I have the door open and I'm zoned in, taking care of the tasks I have to take care of. And I rarely ever say, hold on, no, I'm okay. Yeah. Well, how can I help? Always.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. And then of course that's for certain people, you're going to have that. Right. But like an example I'll use is one of my buddies was at my house a couple of weeks ago and I was tired and I was like, all right, man, I'm ready to go to sleep. Like, it's time for you to go home. And he was just like,
Dude, what?
And I was like, yeah, I'm going to sleep. I think you should too. Let's go to bed. Bye. And he was like, dude, I love how you have no problem kicking people out of your house. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, he was like, dude, if someone's at my house, like I feel so bad kicking them out that we end up just saying, like, they just end up staying super long. And I was like, okay, and what ends up happening to your next day? It's completely shitty, and now you're going to do what? Blame it on the other person, which you had control of, right? So, and people don't realize, they think that like, oh yeah, I don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Saying no to them is not going to hurt their feelings, but you saying yes to everything, not showing up for yourself, is
It's
going to
in the long
hurt
run.
you a lot more. So I think,
Oh, that's good.
we needed to be in a season of saying no and being aware of what we're saying yes to.
Right.
And just
That means
because,
with family too.
no, yeah, with family
Because-
too, 100%.
Yeah, I won't say. Yeah.
But that goes for everything.
Yeah.
You need to be able to say no.
My sister, she got me a no button. You know how there's like a little target button that's, but it said no. And everybody would always make fun of me because I would always say no. And it's funny because I came to the realization, it's like, no, I'm good. Nope, 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 no. And there's like different like tones of no in this button. And it's funny you should say that because people would be like, yeah, we don't even invite Omar anymore because he says no. Because it doesn't, I don't want to say it in a bad way of like it doesn't suit me or there's no complete benefit to say yes. But I've said yes to experiences. I've said yes more so to making memories because it's easy to say no. No, I'm going to work. But sometimes, and I want to clarify this, if you're saying no to family or an experience or this, that, and the other, double check it. Now that you have 6 months to live, right? This is the timeline that we're kind of going off of. There's a time and a place to say no. Like right now, if somebody
100%.
came in and said, hey, you want to go to lunch? No, I can't. I got too much stuff going on, and I have to address the things that we have, already planned.
100%.
And that doesn't mean that I don't want to go later. But say no enough, people will stop inviting you. But guess what? What your text message from Carlos just said too, that he doesn't want to hang around the people that he used to hang around with, it doesn't serve him anymore. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to be that person. You don't want to feel like, damn, I don't want to hang out with this guy because of this, this, and this. And sometimes, like, friends are gone. In high school, I had a few good friends. Ask me if I'm even friends with them now.
None of them?
None.
Wow.
None. Because you out-self-develop people, and they're there for a season. And it's very, it sucks because I wasn't in a frat or anything else like that. We in Apple Valley High School, right? And I think I've had more relationships with people that I've come to know that we stay in touch and I still consider family because they've also self-developed themselves. So then our conversations are different. Perfect example, I was on the phone this morning with my boy Adrian, and crazy. We were discussing like, hey, we're over here tripping out about this and about that. When I have a conversation with him, it's like, dude, yeah, we're going to make like 50 G's on this deal. We're going to make 80K on this one. We're going to make 100K on this. Like, you can't talk to normal people that aren't in that same category about this. Like, I could talk to you about this, even though you have not seen the result yet, but you're already there mentally.
100%. Yeah.
Like, I have a conversation with, let's just say, a server at a restaurant. Hey, so how are tips? Cool, they're good. Do you own a house? No, I still rent. Okay, I can't go and discuss that we're gonna go make $1.50, 200K this month when they're not making that in a year.
Yeah.
The conversation's different, and that's what I think that that is the difference of that conversation. Like, he's growing. We are growing. And if you don't find yourselves in rooms or with people
that you can grow with,
it's hard, man. It's, you know what? It's going to be a challenge anyways to get through it. But like you said earlier, it just cuts that learning curve and that growth curve and the failure. Like, you'll fail faster. And if you fail faster, what is that? Failure is a lesson. It's a lesson for you to know, like, okay, now I'm going to do this now. And because of somebody else's experience. If they don't have that experience or that failure, you're going to fail like 5 years from now.
Yep.
What they just did 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, that proximity is so much power.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I
mental audit on the people in your life.
Yeah.
You'll think
I kind of
yourself
went on a
later.
tangent there, but still. Like, we're just discussing stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy time.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm sure December is literally on Friday, and I know that month is going to fly.
Fly by.
So
Christmas is coming too. Shit, tomorrow's the 30th.
make sure you're not on Santa's naughty list.
And if you are, you can always get back on his good list, man. That's it.
Actions.
For sure, actions. So, yeah, I mean, we went on a tangent there, JP, on, awareness and people and, it stemmed from your question of what do you want to do in 2024 that you didn't do in 2023? And I think that, that's just a big topic, man.
Recognize the opportunities at hand.
Yeah. And all of us have it, but we're either, scared or we're not, what's the word called? We're not ready for that opportunity because you haven't developed a skill yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skills pay the bills, baby.
They do. And I mean, we can go on and on about what's happening. I mean, today I'm going to go pick up some rent from someone that hasn't paid us in a while. Talk about some real estate stuff. Got some deals closing. We got some challenges. I have some challenges in some properties that we own that we're waiting for them to be completed so we can flip them. And sometimes things don't work out well. And I got a property that thought I was going to be in and out of it in about 2 months. And now we're looking at like 6 months and holding costs. Plus, I've got $250,000 sitting in one of the properties that is available as soon as I sell it. Isn't that crazy? Like, and you can't do anything about it because you're going to flip it. I can't refinance it because there's an issue. There's no power at the property. It's just a long story.
Wow.
It's one of those things. And then Edison, to talk about this real quick, they have an 8-week wait time before I get a new line installed, a new power line. So without power, you can't sell a house.
Nope.
You could, but not for the money that you want. So, I mean, that's just something else that we're faced with, and we just have to, roll with the punches.
Yep.
Seriously, that's it.
It's good.
And for anybody that just listened and got that word good, I want everybody to know one thing or to understand something. If something's happening that's bad, good. That means you can fix it. If something's happening that's good and it's, and you're succeeding, good. Because now you understand that you can take that path and succeed again with what you just did. So I want everybody to have any issue that they have. At the end of that issue, say good. And I guarantee you it changes your outcome completely. And everybody's saying it now at the office. Good. I got a cancellation of escrow. Good.
It just doesn't.
Good.
Doesn't let you accept the bullshit.
No, it doesn't. And that's the cool part, man. That's the cool part. Like, Savannah just texted me, and she just said, I sent her some nice gift. She's a senior. She doesn't like presents being sent to her school because I used to always bring balloons and everything, and she never really liked it because all eyes on her, right? Mm-hmm. When you get a gift in high school. But I'm like, you know what? She's a senior. It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm her dad. I'm going to send it to her regardless. And she's like, Dad, I love you. And she texted me this, and she said, Dad, why did you bring balloons to my school? And I gave her, a little bouquet of flowers and a balloon. It says happy birthday and some chocolates, some edible arrangements. And she's like, thank you so much. I love you. It's like, you got it. No problem. I love you. It's your special day. It's like, Dad, I really don't like how you send stuff to my school. So she said, it's okay. I'm like, it's okay, Mija. It's your day. And it's the last time I get to do this as a senior.
Yeah.
That's it. She's done with school after she graduates. So guess what? She might say it now. And to me, it's like, good. I'm glad. Like, she doesn't like it. Cool. Because guess what? It's always going to be remembered, good or bad. So later on, we're going to discuss it. And we're going to be talking about it. And she's going to be 20, 25 years old, 22 years old, your age. And then she might actually say, Dad, you know what? Even though I didn't like it, it was cool.
Yeah, no,
It
for
was
sure.
cool. You know, so.
That's awesome.
Add that good to the end of anything, and you'll appreciate it a lot. So, yeah. This is good, man. I mean, you know, it's a short, sweet, to the point. I hope you guys all got something out of it. I enjoy our Wednesdays. You know, and hopefully you guys do too. Please share it. I'll put the link in one of our stories right now so you guys can go check it out in our most recent episode too. So, yeah, if you guys can, thank you again. Share it. Tell people about it. Tag us. It'd be cool. And, you know, what we'll do is in our next episode, you know, let us know what you guys want us to talk about as well, because we're discussing a lot of stuff that's personal, but, you know, I think everybody goes through something as well. And here comes the new year, and we're going to have some guests that are going to fill the seat. That's going to fill the seat that you're going to have different perspectives of, you know, what they got going on. So that's going to be what we're going to bring to the table with Expand. And, you know, I'll be the host and you'll be the co-host. So it'll be pretty cool.
Yep.
So I appreciate you guys joining. Make sure you click the link, subscribe, you know, give us that 5-star review, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Take care. Come here.
Peace.